It is Sunday evening. I will be working 6 days next week because Josh is on vacation. Fishing, hopefully catching lots of fish. So I get tomorrow off, which I will try to enjoy as much as possible. And that means I will get a lot of stuff done. My workout will be yoga. Last week I made the mistake of going to the gym really early and then realizing I had yoga later that day. Which wasn't terrible. But since I only get one day off, I will definitely not only go to the gym once. But after today, I went to the gym. And then I came back and what did I do? Oh yeah, a guy, one of my employees from the bakery stopped by and I gave him something for his camper that he wanted, a little part that I wasn't using anymore. We chatted and then I was starving. So I went out to the garden, picked some beans, a few peas I had. What else? I should have picked basil. I forgot basil. I got lots of basil. I need to make pesto. That's one of the things I want to do tomorrow. And some sausages. Stir-fried that puppy up. Quite delicious. And then I just got lethargic. And I took like an hour nap probably, at least. Then I got up and I'm like, I forgot stuff at the bakery. I had to go back to the bakery because I had looked at my microgreens and they were starting to mold, and I'm like, I was afraid of this. It's been super humid, and it's probably warmer inside the bedroom than I would actually like. It's probably 80, at least 80, if not more. Probably 85, and it's inside a closed. They were inside a closed proof box, so like no air movement, super humid, and I didn't sanitize my seeds before I did the bleach, disinfectant on the trays because there had been mold on some of the trays. So I knew that was going to be a potential problem, but I didn't do my seeds, and that the ones I planted 2 days ago, I saw like little dots, little white dots on them of mold, and then in the ones I planted the day before, there was actually like mounds of white mold growing. So I went to Curtis Stone. And liter and a half of water, 50 mils of white vinegar, 50 mils of hydrogen peroxide, and got a little pump sprayer from Menards, sprayed them down. When I was at the bakery, I picked up some sheet pans that will fit inside my proof box, and I can so I separated them all out and I sprayed them all and I stuck them back in there, and I left the door open crack. So hopefully the humidity will not be so much. I still don't have any air movement on it because I can't have air blowing on the pea seeds. They're going to sprouts. They're going to dry, and that's not going to be good either. So I will go back and I will check tomorrow, and hopefully the mold is no longer a problem. I will respray if I have to. At the bakery, discussing names for the my microgreen farm, and I was thinking, they want D Street. So I've always been thinking about this D Street, and I was like, Big D or Double D, it had it'll kind of be somewhat humorous. I don't want to be too serious, like, you know, luscious greens farm, you know, something kind of so stereotypical. But I was like, Big D micro farm, and I thought that's kind of, you know, little irony there. So anyways, we'll see how that turns out. The house, the peak of the house has little flowers and some, you know, greens growing. So I kind of like, you know, use some of the character of the house, since I'm featuring that in the name of the microgreens farm name. Cleaned up. I'm trying to think what else I did. I mean, I think the only thing I have left, you know, I bottled kombucha and I got the tomato paste done. I strained out some my tomato sauce. I need to make more tomato sauce. I could probably make a batch and a half now. It's ridiculous. But now I can can. If I do it again, I can can some tomatoes that I've thickened up. And I need to remember to drink my tomato water too, because that's starting to fill up this fridge. Had some sweet corn. That was very good. I'm trying not to. I can't eat again now. It's so late. I might wait for tomorrow to have some sweet corn. I'm trying to think what else is going on. Oh, I wonder if I have to go to the farm to help put up some corn. Maybe I should contact the parents and see if that needs to happen, because that would totally change my plans for tomorrow. Oh man, if I go to yoga at 6, or at 7 to 8, and I have to be at work at 2. It's gonna be a short night. Oh, so maybe I do need to go to the gym and skip yoga. Things I didn't think about, just thinking on the fly here. I need to pay water bill. I need to get my registration for my truck renewed, and I should change the address on my driver's license. Those were also things I wanted to do tomorrow. Maybe they won't happen if I go to the farm to do corn. That's it. I'm going to wrap this up, and then I don't know what's been filmed, but I'm sure some of the stuff I talked about will be in there in a little bit of detail. Well, some of the food processing things. And before my cat attacks the camera, I'm going to say goodbye. Kombucha time. So I had a borrowed SCOBY, and then I had a little quart that I had left over of some tea that I had started with a commercial kombucha drink. Now, so I have basically got a gallon here, and I have already put in the zest of the lemon. I have lemon and ginger, so I'm going to juice the rest of this. And I've got a big thing of ginger. I don't know, I like ginger. It's already quite acidic. It actually tastes really good. I mean, I have been putting this off for a while. I was really afraid it was going to be too acidic. It is actually a nice nice acidity. I think that if when I bottle it, or I think I'm going to sweeten it up a little bit. Not yet sure how that will happen without bursting bottles. I believe I will I'm not sure. Maybe put some sugar in it, let it ferment, stick it in the refrigerator, and then really slow down or to stop the fermentation so I get some bubbles but not too much, retain some of the sugars. That's my plan. So 1 lemon, so I got a gallon, 1 lemon and maybe this much ginger. I will weigh it before I put it in there so I have some sort of reference for the next time. But so far so good. And I'm going to let this sit for maybe another week and let it really flavors absorb into the kombucha. Should just be fairly dormant at this point. I don't think that's going to be bad for it. I don't think. Yet it's an experiment, so probably should have paid more attention to the YouTubers, but sometimes YouTubers don't know what they're doing either, and most of them don't, in my opinion. My cat wants to jump up on the counter. Don't want him to. Okay. Is this better? Whoa! Look at that. Yes, this is better. All right. Here's some tomato juice sauce. The uncanned one, quart. And I'm like, you know what? I don't know when I'm ever going to use that. Then that runny of a state. I've got the bag. Let's see how this sucker works. So here we go. Pouring it in. It is extremely runny. And that's what we're getting. Obviously it's still quite reddish, but when you look at it falling down, looks fairly clear actually, and so it's just a matter of letting this hang for a bit and seeing. I think I could maybe, oh goodness. Thing is, where am I going to put this where my cat's not going to decide to, I think it's a toy. Aha! I have a solution. Well, maybe not. Aha! Okay. We'll let that drip for a bit. We'll see how long. I mean, it might drip. My goodness, I mean, would I have to let it drip for a day? That seems like that would take a long time. But well, I like how fine the mesh is on this, so that it definitely leaves. It's going to leave a lot of salt. I'm going to be able to clean that out real easily. So that makes me very, very optimistic about my tomato paste. And while I'm at it, so this was 5 days later, and so I've already stirred it up maybe like 3 hours ago. I did an Instagram post after a day of sitting, so then I mix it up. Still quite bubbly, and already, if you can get a look, a little bit of mold starting to form. The not salted one, I mean, you can definitely kind of see it there on the side. There's that little ring there. You know, it doesn't smell that bad. I mean, honestly, the salted one smells kind of, the salt kind of gives it kind of a, it really increases the tomato flavor and not so much the moldy fermenting flavor, where the no salt is, the mold smell is quite strong. Or not strong, it's just stronger. It's stronger than the tomato. The tomato's still there. But since it was so bubbly earlier today, and you can, I mean, I'm still seeing quite a few bubbles coming through there. I'm going to let it continue to ferment, I guess. I might just say Wednesday, just before I get into the Farmer's Day market weekend, just say like, all right, enough's enough. We'll just start to let it drain and make the paste, because that'll be 7 days, and that's long enough. Because I'm kind of just getting losing my patience. I mean, I wanted to see what the rest of it looks like. I can edit this out if I forgot, but my ginger kombucha, I know that I showed you putting this all in, but here it is. There's a little gas forming. You know, there's some sugar in that lemon, but it smells delicious. The one lemon, I thought, oh, that's not going to be that much. I mean, one lemon for a whole gallon of liquid is fairly insignificant, but it's already acidic, and I'm adding lemon, and with the lemon zest, the ginger, there's a fair amount of ginger, and maybe, you know, if I did it again, I would probably do a more fine ginger, or grated, or maybe even, I don't know, dried ginger powder. Anyways, when I take this out, I will eat the ginger, and I'll be like, if there's still a lot of ginger flavor in it, I'll use it for cooking. If a lot of it was, well, I might just do it and eat it anyways, but I will. But if there's a lot of flavor in the ginger left over, I will do something different. But as it stands right now, this is extremely tasty. I don't know how long to leave it in here to extract. Maybe just a couple more days, maybe kind of like when I do that tomato paste. And then I need to get some bottles, add a little bit of sugar to carbonate it. I really don't like YouTube videos on this stage because it's like they don't have any, they're adding so much juice at the end, and they're like, oh, and they wedge out, it gets really fizzy, and they have to pop the cap, and it's just like, well, yeah, because you're adding a crap ton of sugar and you're adding a crap ton of other juice. It's like, what do you want? If you want, you know, like, I want kombucha that's flavored, but with intense things, not like apple. Not, why would I pour apple juice into my kombucha? I could do that. I could have plain kombucha and then add my flavorings later, and then make it on the fly. Anyways, that's that. Okay. I did taste a little bit. It's good. And my bathroom makes a great dark. Close that. Close the curtain right there. It's pitch black in there. even though it's in clear jars. It's great. That's it. Alright, well, I helped this along by squeezing it, and that seems to be doing a fabulous job. So now I've got about a pint here of just my tomato water, and I'm curious what it tastes like, because it smells quite good. Yeah, you can definitely tell. So it's lost some salt, obviously, in the water. I didn't put that much salt in the whole mixture. Now let's see if my theory holds up. I've got a pint container here. If it's as easy to get out of this bag as I thought it would be. So now this is what I would consider to be pretty good consistency of sauce for like a pizza or something like that, where it's not too watery. Now, let's see. This is probably not easily seen, is it? Okay. Now if it was really thick, like I think my tomato paste is going to be, I would turn it inside out and then really do a scraping like this. Make sure I get all the little bits. But there really isn't that much here. Okay. That's to be cleaned. So yeah, so now I've got pretty good, what I would consider a nice sauce. Yeah, that is nice. Okay, well, now, if I would have run it through the food mill, I would have gotten something probably a lot more like this, and I should have canned this. So, this takes out so this is by comparison. It's more than half is water. A little bit. So 40% sauce, 60% water. So that's definitely a space savings. And then I have this delicious water to drink. Stay hydrated on nice warm sweaty day like today was. Very humid, man. Got an inch and a half of rain the last couple days, so now it's all coming up through the air, into the air. Okay, I've got some time. We're going to test this out. I've got some tomatoes that need to be processed, and I wanted to try this out. I don't think that's going to work. look at that. Okay, I don't know. Got a lot of juice, a lot of pulp. Let's check this out later. Thursday afternoon. What have I done? I've got some sweet corn from my parents, and got some ears husked, and they are cooking. So I thought I'd just kind of go down. I feel like I've just been non-stop. So I built a soil sifter with some 1/4-inch spaced, what is it called? I don't know. It's not really a fencing, but it's a woven metal, and 2x4s, spread it out. So I took some compost that I bought, and whoa, cat's got the leg of the tripod. Some peat moss, and sifted all those, and then I threw in some vermiculite for some soil retention or water retention, and then I planted 4 trays of peas that will be microgreens, hopefully, and I put them in my little my new space, which I should show at some point. We'll see how that works. And so then I had some compost and peat moss, kind of bigger pieces I didn't go through. I threw them where my cucumbers used to be, and I'm like, well, I wanted to plant something there, and I decided to plant some carrots. So there's kind of a drip line that goes around along that the 4-foot space. So I planted carrots around that so it can get wet, stay wet, and grow. Should do much better there than they did in my lawn garden. I think they're still growing. Last time I checked, I think I had a carrot that was about that big. So I'm gonna let them see what happens. Let them grow a little bit longer. I took the tomatoes I cooked last night, and I put them in I immersion blended them up and put them in a straining cloth right there. I cut up, this is last night, this is seeds from a winter squash, and I don't know if I'm supposed to do that, let them, if I should let them ferment like a tomato seed. I'm gonna let them sit in there for a little bit, and then I'll dry them out. Maybe, I think they're good. They've got a lot of seeds in them. What else? Yeah, I'm just waiting for this corn to cook and chow down some corn first sweet corn of the year. So looking forward to it, and I'm gonna go check it now and call this good.